everybody. I'm Keith Davis, and welcome to this special edition of PC Voyage. Today we're going to go out to Ware, Massachusetts, to the Woodland Academy, and we're going to see how the school received computer equipment for the kids that go to school out there. And the computer equipment was supplied as a donation by the New England Computer Society, and Glenn Trim is the Community Education Coordinator at the New England Computer Society, and he collects used PCs and computer equipment, puts it together with the help of some other people, gets it working, and the Computer Society has a program to contact local groups and organizations to put these computers into schools and senior centers and other clubs and civic functions where people cannot get computers of their own. And we'll be telling you later on in the show how you can write to us if you need some information on how you could get computers for your organization. But first, we are going to give away some software. And every year we ask people to write us letters. We want to get fan mail for our show. We need suggestions, and we love to hear comments on the show. And anybody who writes to us becomes eligible to win software. And during the course of the year, our guests bring software in. We highlight their package on our show, and other software is donated to PC Voyage by one means or another, so we end up with quite a collection. And this year we have a couple of people who wrote to us, and I'd like to get them out here right now. We have Ron Wagner from Westfield, Massachusetts, and Jason Bradley from West Springfield. Hi, guys.
Hi.
And so these guys are going to split up all this software here. I don't think we'll worry about who's getting what right at this point. But first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for writing into the show. It's always good to hear from people out there, so we'll know who's watching and everything. And Ron, you're from Westfield?
Right.
And what do you use your computer for mostly?
Remodeling business.
And that's your own business, right?
Yeah.
And what kind of a machine do you have right now?
Gateway 486.
Okay. And you're running Windows and all that, I
Windows
suppose?
and DOS, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we hope you can use some of this software for what you're doing.
Handy.
Yeah, yeah.
Good Christmas present.
Oh, yeah, a little late here. We're a little
Yeah,
after
okay,
Christmas, but what the heck, you know. And do you find your computer has really been a great help to you in your business?
Absolutely.
I know some people get a machine in their house or at work and it becomes a pain in the neck to them. And, but computers, if you know how to use them, they'll be very useful for you. And do you do all your counting and do you design on it too, as far as the remodeling goes?
We do a little bit of design, and I'm just getting set up to do accounting on it.
Okay. And you probably do other spreadsheets and word processing and that sort of thing?
Yeah, keep track of all the customers and their jobs and that type of stuff.
Okay. And also, Jason Bradley, how are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. And thank you for writing too. And now you are going to school?
Yes, I am, at University of Massachusetts at Lowell.
Okay. And what kind of machine are you using right now?
I'm using a 38640.
Okay. And that's for school engineering work too?
Yeah, pretty much. I use MathCAD, use it for English papers, all sorts of weird things.
Okay. Well, there's always plenty of uses for it. Either of you have CD-ROM at this point?
Yes, I do.
And have you installed software through CD-ROM yet? Have you purchased any that installs?
Yeah, I have, quite a few actually, mostly game programs, but I have a few utilities as well.
And do you find that's a little easier to install from CD-ROM than 18 floppy disks, or doesn't it make a whole lot of difference?
Not really, it takes longer actually to install from a CD-ROM than for a disk for some reason.
Just probably because of the speed that it reads the data in it, yeah. Well, we have several packages here. We do have a brand new package of Windows and DOS 6.0. We have some accounting software. We highlighted CA Simply Tax on our show to show how you can use tax software in your home if you want to tackle that and do your own income taxes. And CA Simply Money is a sort of like a business management type of program, and managing your money, which has check writing capabilities. We also have a nice book from WordPerfect on how to use WordPerfect. It's not the software, but it's an instructional manual. We have Bravo, by Alpha, which is a presentation software package, and some various other things, WriteWriter. We have a Prodigy for Windows package, and also some America Online for anybody who might want to get online there. We'll have to get your internet address afterwards there, and write your write some email to you, and hopefully next season we'll do this all over again. We'll amass another pile of software so we can do it one more time. And right now we're going to break away, and we're going to go to our address. And again, if you have questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to write to us. We love to hear from you. And we'll be back after the address, and we'll go to Woodland Academy. So thanks again, Ron.
Thank you very much.
And Jason.
Thank you.
Okay, here comes the address.
Vince, that new dummy cam is great.
Yeah, it'll sure give people a whole new outlook on what it's like when you don't wear a safety belt.
I think they'll get the picture.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Watch for PC Voyage weekly on your local community access channel.
And we're back from the address there. Keep those cards and letters coming, and as they say, because we always appreciate the mail we get each year, and we got quite a few letters this year, and as you can see, two happy people that walked away with a lot of software. Now in this part of the show, the second half of the show, we're going to take a look at a trip we made out to Woodland Academy in Ware, Massachusetts. And Woodland Academy is a small school that has kids from 1st through 8th grade, I think, and they didn't have any computers out there. And what we want to show you here is how the New England Computer Society and our good friends Glenn Trim and Ernie Savoy, working together, went out there and put a whole bunch of computers into a room out there for all the kids. And they're all different kinds of computers, different levels. Some have Windows, some are DOS, but there's software for the kids to learn on. There's a few games for them to play. And this equipment was all donated as part of a program by the New England Computer Society. And if you need computers in any organization you have, whether it's a school, a senior center, a kids club in any of the towns in our area here, you can write to us at the address, and you can write to Glenn Trim, because he is the Community Education Coordinator at the New England Computer Society. And if you need some information on how your organization can get computers, write a letter to him at the address you just saw. And now we're going to go out to Woodland Academy, and Glenn Trim and Ernie Savoy are going to tell us how it all evolved, how the school was contacted, how the equipment was brought together, collected, built, repaired, put in working condition, and then put into the school. So here we go out to Woodland Academy, and take it away, Glenn and Ernie.
Hi, I'm Glenn Trim.
And I'm Ernie Savoy.
And we're here today at Woodland Academy in Ware, and we're going to show you the computer lab that was set up with Ernie's help and my help and a few others, and we've put together an entire laboratory of computers for the benefit of the school, and we've set up a separate club. Right now I'd like to introduce the director of our organization, the director of the school, Denise Pincence-Fontaine. Denise?
Hi, pleased to be here today.
Well, why don't you tell us what you think the lab has accomplished for the school?
A lot. This has been a dream come true for our students, for our staff, for our parents. The New England Computer Society has been very, very generous in their time and all of their efforts in setting up our lab. It's been helpful with math, with reading skills. By using the word processing system, students have been able to do a lot of additional writing projects. It's been a great asset to the program.
Tell us something about the school. Well, how did you get going with this?
This school was an offshoot, a development which started as a preschool primarily in 1983. We started with a couple of nursery school classes, added full-day kindergarten, added daycare, and continued growing so that now we have full-day kindergarten and programs in grades 1 through 8.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ernie, why don't you tell us how basically we got started with the whole process, and this goes back all the way to when you began things.
Yeah. Well, many, many years ago, we did a segment on PC Voyage about it. A friend of mine needed help getting computers for kids. He wanted to get them out in the kids' homes, and I began the slow process of finding out how I could acquire machinery, and it was usually things that weren't working or weren't working well. And we went from there to building machines and getting them out there. That program, because of different things, slowly went by the wayside. About the same time you started up this one here, at least looking for donations. And what we have done here, as you look around this room, there's all different technologies here. We have 286 machines, 386, 486 machines, all different memory sizes. We have EGA, VGA, CGA monitors running out here. Very shortly we'll have a network running, and this is all donated equipment. McDonald's, we built a machine on PC Voyage, 486 machine. That's sitting over here. The kids use that every day. Cigna Corporation has donated all kinds of technology here. We had a bank and some other people, you have their names that donated equipment. We've had parents who built the tables. We've had people who do the electrical work, and now we're off and running here with a major program. There's 15 machines sitting out here that get used every day.
Okay, we also are doing these labs in other places. We have one that's under construction right now at the East Hampton Community Center. We have an agreement with the elementary school in Ware and with middle school in Ware to be starting shortly, and we hope to have a lab completed in there within about a year. We'll accept information from any other school that wants to try and do this. There are a lot of schools locally that don't have computer labs and don't have the possibility of putting them in. The New England Computer Society, with Ernie's help and my help and the help of a lot of other people, have been trying to put these computers into the hands of kids rather than leave them on the shelf in the back of some business where they've upgraded a machine. So if you know of any place that needs computers, give myself a call or our SIG coordinator, Chris Wayne at New England Computer Society, and we'll see what we can do about putting computers in your organizations. Just about a year ago, Ernie, this entire room was completely bare, just bare walls. They had used this for storage and for a library for a short time, and when they moved the library, this was just an empty room. We got the idea to try and do something with a computer lab, and with your help, and with the help of a lot of other people, we've made this lab work. One of the parents came through and built the tables, and we've had computers donated both from Cigna Insurance, Investors Bank and Trusts, a lot of local people, some individuals, and we've managed to put it all together and make a computer lab here. We did start off here with older machines, IBM PCs, XTs, and old 3270s, and most of those, in fact all of those today are gone, and they're all replaced with newer machines, 286s, 386s, and 486s. So it's been an enjoyable project. It's been the kind of thing that you can't really appreciate how much fun it's been until you've seen kids with computers.
Yeah, one of the things that we are doing too is none of this technology, until it's absolutely dead, gets unused. Something that's not working or not working well will become a parts depot for something else that we're trying to do. And what we have done, at least with this lab, and what we hope to do with other labs, is as we gain better technology and we have an established program, we're going to upgrade those programs, take our older equipment out while it's still working and while we can still get some value out of it, and put those into the new programs that are starting up. So this is a constant recycling. that we're doing here. And the benefit is, as you can see here, there are a lot of kids in the room right now working on this. We have as many as 15 at a time in here. We have parents that come in here and use the equipment and learn on it. Basically, it's a benefit to the whole community when we get this going. What we need from people is basically an interest in trying to help. We don't need your time. We don't really ask for anything, but if you have equipment sitting out there you don't know what to do with, give it to us. Some of these machines that you're looking at on this video were scheduled to go to crushers because the components in them are classified in some states as hazardous waste. They could only be sold for scrap, and a corporation can't afford to keep them sitting there on a shelf somewhere. They're paying for the storage. They were just taking them and literally crushing them into bare metal and then selling them off. We've in turn gone out there, we've shaken some trees, and what's fallen out of them is a lot of machines going to a lot of kids.
How many machines do you think we've done so far between all the machines you've done and all we've done here?
Over 40. We've got over 40 working machines up and running out of probably a base of 80 or so. We ourselves, not every machine, by the way, gets into a program like this, too. I've said something similar to that before. What we will do, too, and we say this to our sponsors coming in, and if it's technology that we can't use, we will try to remarket it to raise the funds that we need to upgrade these machines, like to go to VGA systems from EGA systems, to get better hard drives, to get the floppies that we need, to get power strips that we need. So those things are the types of things that don't get donated, or when they do get donated are very, very marginal. So what we've done out there is, we are recycling to the benefit of the kids by raising capital with some of these machines. And what's nice having the society behind us is we can basically look at what we've got here and know what we've got in storage and then meet a need somewhere.
So basically what we're looking at here is the complete recycling of everything involved. Hardware, software, and for the benefit of just a little bit of time, we've got a workable system that's going to contribute to the education of everybody involved.
Right. The very last thing that happens is the ecology in this one, in that we're not putting things into dumps. These things, even if we do sell them off somewhere for trash, is going to be scrap metal. They're going to be recycled back into somebody's car or a major appliance somewhere, or another computer cabinet. This stuff is not going to waste anywhere.
Right now, I'd like to get a little more information on the school again. Denise, would you answer a few more questions for us?
Sure.
How many kids actually go to Woodland Academy?
We have 58 students this year, and we've been growing by leaps and bounds every year for the 6 years that our elementary school has existed.
And how many kids are actually involved in the computer club?
Oh, probably in a given week about 15 per week. There's a beginner club and an advanced club, and I'm sure that that will continue to grow as you continue to upgrade and expand our computer room, as you've been showing us that you intend to do.
Well, let's take a look at what some of the kids are doing on the machines.
Great.
Okay, this is Kayla Majoka, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she's doing on screen. What is this?
Well, this is the computer game called Discover Space, and it teaches you about space things like asteroids and black holes and things like that, constellations.
Why don't you show us a little bit about what's going on here?
Okay.
Do a little commentary while you're doing that?
Okay, I'm going into comets and asteroids. Let's have an asteroid hit the District of Columbia, okay? We'll blow up the IRS. We're making a really small asteroid now. This is like about as small as you can get it.
And what is this trying to show you here?
This is just showing you the impact of what an asteroid could do to the Earth if it like actually hit it. They believe asteroids hit the Earth like many times before. They've seen holes of ones in Arizona for one. And they think that that's one of the causes that maybe dinosaurs disappeared, that an asteroid hit the Earth. We'll have an asteroid coming on the screen real soon. Here it comes. And we've blown up the District of Columbia. And the IRS is gone. So.
Do you think there are a lot of parents that would appreciate that being gone?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay. Yep, exactly.
Thank you, Kayla.
You're welcome.
This young lady is Emily Perrier.
Hi.
Would you tell us what you're doing here?
I'm dissecting a frog.
Dissecting a frog?
Well, yeah. I'm putting it back together now.
Well, you're reassembling a frog. Would you show us how to do that?
Okay. Well, you take the pieces. You can take this and you press on all the different pieces. And if there's a dot on it, it shows you where to put, it shows you if that piece is next. So you have to try to find where it goes. And if you can press the magnifying glass on that piece, and it would show all the different pieces of the frog.
What is it you're trying to learn out of this?
Well, it just shows you all the pieces of the frog and of the male and the female, and it just shows you where inside the frog everything goes.
Do you like this?
Yes.
Thank you. This young lady is Lauren Savoy, and who's your dad?
Ernie Savoy.
Your dad is Ernie? You must be proud. What are you playing?
I'm playing this game about math. I don't know what the name is, but I can play it.
Could this be Math Blaster?
Yes, it is.
And what do you learn here?
I learned my math facts.
Learn math facts.
Yeah.
Do you have fun doing this?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, why don't you show us how to do it?
Whoops, wrong one.
What is it that you're trying to do here?
I'm trying to get the right number before that guy touches that guy. That's what you basically do.
So what happens when you win?
You like get a smiley face. One of those things.
You got a lot of smileys. You must be pretty good at this. So you're getting good, smart at math, huh?
Yeah, not that well in multiplication or division.
Thank you. And this young lady is Kelly Trim. Hi.
Hi.
And who's your dad?
You.
Me? My gosh. Me? I must be a lucky dad. What are you doing?
I'm playing Scooter's Magic Castle.
And what are you learning out of this?
How to move around in the castle and stuff.
So you're learning how to move the mouse and how to move the keyboard and learning all kinds of things about the computer itself. Is it fun?
Yeah.
And which one's Scooter?
Him.
That's Scooter, huh? So what kind of stuff can you do here?
Well, you can go fishing or whatever. You can go to the lab and do all kinds of stuff there.
Why don't you show us something?
Okay. I can control the wand with the mouse. Here. Okey-dokey. Nope. This is not gonna work. I'll go to the pond and take you fishing. What he wants is that green fish right there. Alright, and he wants this guy. Oops. And if you get the wrong one, he spits water at you.
It's gonna have voice.
So what happens when you get enough fish in a basket?
They'll all jump back into the water and you can start again.
You don't even get to have them for lunch?
Nope.
Thanks, Kel. Well, that's a quick look at what some of the kids were doing on some of these programs, and got quite a variety of software here.
We certainly do, thanks to your help. I really do. That could be really fun. M-O-O-M.
So how do you feel about the transition that's been taken over here in about a year's time?
I think it's terrific. I think it's nothing short of miraculous. When your group first came into the school and described what we could expect in a year, I didn't believe it. This has been terrific. So often people visit our rooms and they see what they think is games on the screen, or our games. And actually all of them serve a purpose. They're all educational, and they look like a lot of fun because they are fun. And that's what computers are all about, teaching through fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And with that, I'm Glenn Trim.
And I'm Ernie Savoy.
And thanks, Glenn and Ernie, for that great look at how the computers were put in out at Woodland Academy. And once again, if your organization would like to find out if you can get some computer equipment for your group, write to us at PC Voyage and put any inquiry to the attention of Glenn Trim, and we'll forward it on to him. And he'll contact you to see if you can get some computer equipment into your group. And that's in case you just can't get the funding for it, or no one else has donated it, or the city or the town for some reason can't afford it or hasn't gotten around to doing it. And that's it for this show, and that's it for our third PC Voyage season. I'd like to thank everybody who's worked on the show and helped out during the year. Diana McLean, Rainey Lavalette hosting the show, Bill O'Leary and Walt Zucchera for doing the great camera work, Anatole, Judy, Sabrina, and Robin, and everybody else who's worked on the show, along with Jeff Zomek and Gene Davis here at Continental Cablevision. And hopefully we'll see you next season for another set of PC Voyages. Until then.